I will just give you guys a second till I go live on my laptop as well. There's always a delay if you're watching after the fact. This isn't a delay, so I'm just weird. So hello, hello. How was your week? How's everybody doing? So, oh, I'm just weird. Yeah. So hello, hello. And then I'm in stereo. Hi guys. Hi Brenda. How are you? Hi Julie. Hi Mary. Hello Brenda. And I think I just saw Kari on here. Yes, I love Halloween too. But you know, having older kids, it's not the same, but excited. This year is actually going to be super exciting because I'm going to be at an event in Texas where it is holiday themed. So I'm going to be doing Christmas. My friend Paige Evans is going to be doing Halloween, and my friend Lil Conkar is going to be doing gratitude, like things you're thankful for. So not really Thanksgiving, but kind of. I guess it could be. Hola from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Hello, hello. So, welcome back, friends. I wasn't here last week. I went to visit my friend Lil in Utah and got to see the leaves change, which I took lots of lovely photos. So I'm excited because those are going to look great in the Curiosities in Willow Grove with that collection when I get around to doing the mini book. It's going to kind of be just a mixed theme. So excited about that. This week has been all Halloween up in the house. I finished the layouts for the Halloween layout class using the Halloween edition to Curiosities in Willow Grove. I'm going to share some peeks with you. And then look at, I started because I'm going to be doing a free flip book class. And look at what I did. I went live on Vicky Booten Creative Community on Facebook. And when I came back from that live, I did the cover for the flip book. Isn't it cute? So fun. I've used this tree the same way all 3 times that I've used it because I like it. And I'm the boss of me. And so look at how cute that's going to be. So that is the cover. I love it. And this is a free class. I know a lot of people are chomping at the bit because details haven't come up yet because I have to finish the thing. So that's my goal this weekend. The flip book is going to be done. And I got to see, so many things are going through my brain right now that slow down, Vicky. Slow down, girlfriend. So it's not overwhelming with the info. But if you guys ordered from me the Halloween layout class and you didn't get a download and there was no link to a Facebook group, because I was putting that one up, all of the new Curiosities in Willow Grove and the free flip book class, that I missed putting the download link on there. So what I've decided, I wasn't going to do a Facebook group for it, but I think I'm going to have to do a Facebook group for the layout class because I don't know how I'm going to get the info to everybody. So just watch for that because I can post the link to the group everywhere, but you have to have your order number to get in. So watch for that. That's going to happen this week over the weekend. I'm also going to send a newsletter out, but right, I just look at it that I think it'll be way easier just to do the group, even though it's just a 1-day class for the layouts. But I'm going to do that. So more information is coming. I haven't forgot the access only for the holiday flip book. All of it's coming, but I have to phase it in because it's one Vicky and it's actually crazy class wise, right? Because we will have the Christmas flip book class. We will have the Christmas weekend event with Mistletoe and Memories, which the album is right across from me. It has been put on hold to get through all the Halloween stuff and getting ready for Texas. But oh my goodness, I have to tell you guys, working with a product that I design brings me so much joy. And I have been having some rough times lately. I think it's good to share those things. I've had some blue moments lately, and sitting down and making stuff. I'm telling you, I really feel like a lot of you guys might watch me on Friday, but you haven't maybe kind of ventured back into your craft space or you don't do a lot of things with your crafting stuff anymore, or maybe you've never started. And I have to tell you, there's something to be said for finding the creative outlet that speaks to you and works for you, that it is so good. I really think it's good for mind, body, and spirit. So this week I've been making, because normally I'm doing a lot of other things. It could be ordering product, working on design, but this week has been, a lot of it has been actually sitting and making. And I remember why I love doing this. And I think it is a joy spreader. So find one of the things I'm doing. If it's Friday Night Live that you just have found me, and maybe you're new here, or you've been here for a long time, and maybe stuff has been really heavy, stuff going on, or you're tired from work, pick one of the lives and do the things. I feel if you take that little step back to your creative stuff and your creative self, that it's really, really good for you. So I'm talking to you if you need to hear this, because I need to hear it sometimes. And the other thing is, it really has felt good, like working. I've never done a Halloween collection before. This is my first Halloween collection, and I have loved working with it. It makes me remember why I do all of this. And I did 5 double page layouts, so 10 pages, and every single one, like, I was clapping as I'm making it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. I love how these turned out. And then Devin came downstairs, and I said, before you go upstairs, you need to look at this and just tell me how pretty they are. Just tell me you like them. And she did. She stepped up. So I'm going to give you some peeks. So this one, the kit is sold out because I only bought a very small amount to kit, because I figured you guys could support your favorite online stores. And thank you for making me one of your favorite online stores, because like I said, if I don't sell my kits, I can't do any of this stuff. That is where my livelihood comes from. So thank you for every single one of you that supports me. I know it was a lot of stuff, right? Because as I was thinking about it, we had Cut and Paste came out. We had Mistletoe and Memories. Then I did the Mistletoe and Memories flip book. And then the Halloween layout class. And then the Halloween free flip book. And we had Curiosities in Willow Grove. Now, the plus with Curiosity Willow Grove is that class is not until January. So you have lots of time. There, I have kits left. I've sold through more than half of my kits. So it's still sitting there, but I know financially it's a lot all at once, right? It was a lot all at once. So no worries, it's going to be there, but we were kidding that. I just got all of my stuff in, and we were kidding that. And that collection is, you guys, some of you must have ordered it. Have you touched it? Have you touched that stuff? It is, it's beautiful. I have to say, it's gorgeous. I cannot even wait to sit down and start using it. But want some peeks at the Halloween layouts? You ready? Oh my goodness, that's a peek. I'm only giving you some peeks. Ready? I'm going to come in from the side now. Look at that peek. Oh my goodness. So that's 2 sides of one layout. Ready for another peek? I'm going to come in from this side. Oh my goodness, look how pretty that is. And then I'm going to come in from this way. You ready? From the bottom now. Whoop. Oh, I love it. I have to share, because I'm telling you, I was just sitting making these, and it just is so easy. It just comes together so easily. Look at that. Oh, are you ready for this one? I'm going to come up from the bottom. Woo, look at that. And boop. But let's talk about these. These letter stickers are freaking awesome. I love these letter stickers. So you can put any titles on when you're doing this. And this paper, boop, look at that one. I love it. And you guys are going to appreciate this, because you could put a V with this, but look at this. Look at the Boo Crew. I love it so much. And then, see this? I'm going to do a whole set of letters in that. I love it. Ready? Look at that. I have to say, I'm beyond excited for this one. Do you know, like, do you ever do like a class or you participate in something or you make something that you're like, this isn't my normal, like, it's not my normal, what would you call that? It's not my normal comfort zone, right? I don't really do a lot of theme stuff. And I had so much fun making these, so I think that you guys are going to really enjoy this class, right? It's good. Question, when will you ship to the US? It's all going out this weekend, Tony. So Canada is, we've kitted them all. Like, the stuff literally just came in. We kitted it all. Anything that anyone who ordered Halloween, it's going out this weekend. We have everything kitted for Curiosities in Willow Grove, and we're going to get as many of them out, and then we leave. Greta's coming with me to Texas, so I leave to teach. So we are definitely, all the Halloween is the first thing that's going to go out, so any Halloween that you ordered, and then other kits, but some of it, not everything from Curiosities in Willow Grove will go out this weekend. Some will go out when I get back from Texas, so in 2 weeks. So it'll be a split. But we're way ahead of the game, so I'm super excited about that. And I know some of you, if you ordered, there are still Mistletoe and Memories kits. And I'm going to tell you, this is my favorite Christmas album that I've ever done. I love the colors. I love all of the embellishments in there. So I still have some of those kits left, and a lot of you have ordered them. I don't have a lot left. We're almost sold through that. So if you want to get in on all the Christmas fun, you can go to vickybooten.com and you can grab your kit. You can put those two together. If you're like, if you went to bingo and you hit the jackpot and you're like, I'm going to buy both kits, I'm so excited. You can put both in the box, and that'll save you some shipping. And those are going out. So anything that has Christmas and Halloween is going out first. We're going to get as many of them out as we can. And then, like I said, I have to leave on Wednesday. So it's all coming. Did I miss any questions? Did I miss any questions? Because I was trying to look you in the eye when I'm talking, but all you guys are talking about stuff and I'm missing it. So I know a lot of you are going to be in Texas for, oh my goodness, what is it called? Crafting Through the Holidays. I'm old and my brain is like a sieve. I swear, this stuff just, I can remember song lyrics till the cows come home, but I can't remember anything that's important. So yes, thank you, Cherie. Yes, Crafting Through the Holidays. So I will see you, a lot of you in Conroe. And oh my goodness, Cherie, tell them how Greta has packed. So a lot of you guys are coming if you want to buy kits. I will have a whole store there. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. There's going to be exclusives. Can I show you another peek? Question, will you have any foundations paper? Yes, ma'am. And I'm going to do a sale. I have a lot of foundations paper, so you guys can stock up. So I'm going to tell you guys now, if you're coming to Conroe, bring cash, because I'm not a store. So it'll only be cash or Venmo. So yes, I know your credit card. We have to figure it out. We'll figure all the things out, and that's Greta's coming to help me. Lael's boxes were delivered today, and then we sent kits, store stuff. I put an order in from Notions, and I sent my exclusives. So can I show you something else I'm super excited about? Are you ready for the first peek? The first peek. So I just questioned, will you ship differently with the postal strike? UPS. I just ship UPS. It costs me a little bit more, but nothing's going to stop us crafters. So just know, yes, your stuff will be coming, but it goes through UPS. So yes, I know with the postal strike, I'm still shipping. So I'm going into into my shop tomorrow. All the kits are kitted, and me, Rich, Denise, maybe Jenna, going to come help me. Rich went and made boxes. So Canada is shipping, and then Greta's going to be doing the same thing out of Indiana. So it's going to be going to be happening. Are you ready for another peek? So I do something that is exclusive. Are you guys familiar with this stuff? this Vicky Bouton exclusive stuff. So what do I show you first? The 10 new stencils as a peek, or the 2 new stamp sets? And I love them. So we'll start with the stamps. So I have the stamps yet. I am working on the designs to get dies for these, so it will come later. So probably in like a month or 2, there'll be dies for these. But are you ready for it? So this stamp set is called Take Note. Are you ready? Oh my goodness, friends. Is it not beautiful? And it's big. These are big. So this is a stamp set that's going to be coming. There are no dies yet, but there will be. So there's a peek. These will be in Texas because it's the first place they're going. They just made them. They're still warm. I just out of production. Are you ready for the next set? It's called Painterly Art Marks. And this is going to be my swatching set. Are you ready? Oh my goodness, friends. So this will be great for swatching. I'm going to take my paint tube. We're going to do lots of things. Look at where we're swatching our ink. And then we have like a little stitched line, but also can work when you are handwriting what the name is. So I put color. But do you notice something? COLOR, COLUR. And then type, and what does that other thing say? Brand. And that's all in my handwriting. And then look at the art marks. Look at the circles. Look at the stitch circle, which I drew. And then we have a pencil and a paintbrush. So this I feel like is going to do 2 things, right? It is going to be great for your swatches, because that's going to be one of our Friday night lives are going to just literally be swatching. So I love that. And then the other thing is we can use that totally for card making, for scrapbooking, for art journal. And I went big scale, so I hope you guys are going to love that, right? I hope you guys are going to love the big. So that's 1, 2, 3 separate circles in there. And these are all manufactured in the US. So they're photopolymer, right? Fun. And then, are you ready? So we have 10 new stencils coming. So these are only available at vickybouton.com. These I draw, I make, I produce, right? They're great for layouts. I like things that can be used for card making, but it's scaled as well for lots of different art making. So we're going to do a lot of stuff with those flowers. Maybe we'll even like do something on our jeans. Wouldn't that be fun? We could like paint jeans or something with it. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Are you ready for stencil number 17 for Vicky Bouton exclusives? This one's called Bubbles, and I hand drew that. This is just a peek tonight. I'm going to do art with them, but I literally just got them when I went to Sea Lail. So there's one. This one's crisscross. Is that going to be fun? This one is a doily mask. So these cut out. So we can use it as a mask, or you could buy them as buy 2 of this one if you wanted to. You can leave it as a stencil and you can use it, but look at. So I drew all of these, friends. So I'm very excited that it's a little different, right? Because it's my handmade art. And then this one is called Floral Mosaic. And these are going to be so fun for backgrounds, for stencil stamping, for gel plate when we do printmaking. This one is called Flower Tiles. I did a lot of this repeatable because I love that I could cover any space in that. So this is a peek. You haven't even seen the art when we make the art with these. So that'll probably be when I get back. The next Friday Night Live will be featuring all of this so you guys can see it in action. This one is called Flower Background. I'm so really unique at the titles, right? I'm so good at that. Flower Background. Are you ready for this one? So I hand drew this one too. It's waves. This one is called Wave. Look at that. I'm sure when they were cutting this, they hated my guts. Melissa, when she was doing the art. Yeah, okay, and let's talk. So here's the whole thing. All of the stamps and stencils exclusives you're going to be able to get in Canada or the US, because I just placed a reorder for everything. So these are all shipping to the US, and then I'll bring order them into Canada too, right? So when I get back from Texas, they'll be available. If you are going to Conroe, they're going to be available there. You'll get first dibs. And then this one is called Wonky Scallop. How fun are these going to be, friends? Wonky Scallop. And last but not least, oh, I'm a liar. Second to last but not least is woven circles. Look at that. They're going to be good. Woven circles. And I did a quatrefoil. And there's going to be a part 2 to this, but I love quatrefoil. So, friends, when we sit down and I start making the art with these, it's going to be good. I tell you, if you're new to mixed media, what do I tell you? The 2 things that can make anybody a very amazing artist is stamps and stencils, because all the art is done for you, and it's just literally a couple of steps to get to making something from it. So I wanted to share because I haven't been here, and I'm excited. Are you guys excited for these? It's my favorite, the stamps and stencils. So I will put them on where you can get the whole set of 10, and it's probably you get 10 and you can get 1 for free if you buy the whole set, and then they will be listed individually. I have restocked some of the ones that are sold out. When I get back from Conroe, I will share all of them. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Heather. Hi, guys. So, yeah, all of those will be coming up. And like I said, the dies will be coming for this. Melissa's designing them right now, and then they have to go into production. Those are ordered from China. So then we have to get them in production and then get them to me. So probably in a month or 2, the dies will come out. But we have to have dies. I just think it's such a time saver. And this set, both of these, I will be using all the time. Somebody asked me a question about the circles. I missed it. What was it? What was your question about those? But I made those circles, right? Those are hand painted and then made into stencil. That I drew those. And then Melissa helped me with some of the other art. That is my art there. And then she helped me with the water tube and the pencil and the paintbrush. I love them. Yes, make bundles with stencils. You want them all. I'll put all of them. Our questions are, yes, the circles. Look at. I'm showing you a peek, but really, I don't want to show you a peek because I don't have any art ready for them yet. Because, again, oh, they smell so good when they come out. Yeah, are you ready? They're all separate. And they're sticky, good photopolymer. See? 1, 2, and 3. They're all separate. So I will make samples with it so you guys can see it in action. It's coming. I will post it too. So when they go up on my website, then you can see all the things, okay? Sorry, I gotta put it back on. So yes, it's all separate. These are good, and they're big. That's a big set, right? That's a big set. So super excited. Look at this butterfly. Nothing smells better than a new set. Yes, it's very lemony. When you say it's kind of lemony fresh. Love it. So those are coming. So let's talk about tonight. So tomorrow is World Cardmaking Day. So I thought it would be fun. I got to get rid of all the stuff because now I brought, right? Remember, for you guys, what did I do? Oh, stuff wasn't glued down and I'm moving it all over. Because look at, I'm working on the Halloween flip album. I prepped a whole bunch of stuff already. Do you want to see? And that is the first thing I want to get done this weekend so that I can move on to the next. Look at that page we're going to make. And this is a free class. You will see if you are on my YouTube, you can see that the Halloween class is up there. The Halloween flip book is a free class. The layout class is a paid class because I've got to pay the bills. But it's going to be so good, okay? So I love making cards too, and I love making mixed media cards. So I thought it would be fun. Actually, my friend Kari, who is here, said, Vicki, why don't you use the Irresistables? And I said, okay. And then a lot of you guys that did the cut and paste class with me, we had this stamp set that I didn't use. So I thought we'll use this tonight. So my plan is to make some very quick background art with distress ink, or you can use your 49 and Market inks. You just need a water soluble ink. So I'm going to make a couple quick backgrounds so that we can then stamp and cut some stuff out. And then I'm going to use this, Irresistables. So if you don't have these, you can use your white embossing powder and do your own resist backgrounds. This is why it's simple resist, because these rub-ons make it very quick and easy. So we probably will do a card that just uses this, and then one that is going to use your stamps. If you don't have either of these things, does it matter? No. Pick a stamp set you want to use that's a floral that has some leaves, and you can use that. Or if you don't like flowers, because it's not your jam, pick something else. It totally will work. So if you can see, when you put these down, it goes, these are beautiful on dark backgrounds too. I use them a lot in the Halloween stuff without even inking them. But the magic is that they resist the water soluble ink. So we can layer these and we can ink around them to get an effect like this. So I know some of you probably have these in your stash, some don't yet. But do you have to have this to play tonight? No. You just might want to use, you can use a white embossing powder and you can make your own backgrounds. So whatever you want to do. But what makes this simple and quick is it's all done for you in a rub-on. And I'm very excited over these. These just came out with my collection 49 and Market. So they aren't a part of Curiosities in Willow Grove. They were an add-on SKU. There were 2 Irresistables. There was a set of Alpha stickers, which I freaking love, called Paper Trail. That's the one I showed you that said Pumpkin Patch. And then there is a new notebook that we're going to do some kind of class in that one too. So be watching for it, right? White crayons can work. Yeah, if you want to just draw a quick, I've done that. That's up here on Vicky Booten for YouTube. We've used white crayon resist, whatever you want to do. You do whatever makes you happy. It makes me happy too. So I have foundations paper and we're going to do the stuff. Like I have white crayons right in front of me. Yep, that will work. So the difference with white crayon, right, is you have to hand draw that art. So if that's your jam, you totally can get in there and do a resist with white crayons or any kind of wax. Even if you don't have a crayon, but you have a soft, clear candle. It's resist because it leaves the wax layer down. If you don't like the wax after, you can put a piece of tissue paper on it and sandwich it between paper, and you can iron it, and you can have a proper resist, almost batik, as they say. Where you could remove the wax if you wanted to do that. And then you could add a second color in there. It's pretty cool. But tonight, I'm going to use these Irresistible rub-ons because they came out. And I want to show you guys how they work. And I thought it would be fun. And Kari said that's what I should do. So I just do what Kari tells me. So let's do the things. I'm going to flip the camera around, right? You haven't received your... Well, if you ordered it from me, no one has because we just kitted it. It just arrived on, I don't know, when did that arrive? On Friday here. And we worked like crazy and got it all kitted. And then I'm going in this weekend and I am putting labels on and shipping your boxes. So yeah, for a lot of you, if you ordered from me, it is different because it is a kit, right? Some of you are like, well, mine's not a kit, Vicky, because I only ordered the Irresistables. Well, it's all going out. So it's coming, friends. Okay. Let me tighten this. It feels really loose today. I don't know. When I was away, maybe Simon was down here crafting. So any questions now that I'm looking, I'm not having to look at myself? Any questions? So I want to answer one thing. I'm going to move this up a little bit. Okay. I moved it down for something we were doing. We need a little bit more space on there. One of the questions was, will they ship to the US? So if you have not heard me say this before, yes, I am located in Canada, but all of my kits and everything that you buy on vickyboutin.com, I'm looking for a sheet of plastic, ships from the US and ships from Canada. You're anxious. It's okay, Melody. I'm anxious to get the stuff to you. So that's why ask Kari. I said, I don't know if I should do this, Kari, because not everybody has them yet, especially if you ordered from vickyboutin.com. And then I decided to just go for it, and we'll do it tonight anyway. But like I said, you can definitely use you don't have to even resist. You don't have to do this part of the step. You could just do your stamping and die cutting. Who out there has this set and hasn't used it yet? You would know if Simon was crafting while you were away, Vicky. Little colored paw prints all over, right? Question, can we come on Saturday to shop the new stamps and stencils in Conroe if we are not attending the event? Great question. Let's see what Cherie has to say. I'm not sure what the rules are with that, but she's the boss, and she'll let you know. I think she's still here. Yeah, you can watch on the replay. See, you're so clever, Julie. Yeah, you can watch on the replay, but it's a good thing to let you guys see it. I have multiple sets to play with. I love it. I have it and don't know how to use it. So this set is from my last collection with American Crafts, was called Cut and Paste. It came with a stamp set that has some coordinating dies with it. And we are going to use this tonight. It's going to take a minute because I have to die cut all the petals with one die, flower die. So if this live might not be your jam, so because there's going to be a lot, I'm going to die cut the stuff, right? So there's your answer. The answer is they're not set up because I guess they probably can't figure out who is at the event and who isn't at the event. So it's not open to the public, only for people at the event. But just email me, because that is, just email me, Janice, because I will be in Texas for a little bit after. So I'm sure I could figure something out for you. Okay, so just let me know. Randy says, hello. Hello, Randy. How are you? Okay, let's do the things. So I am going to do some mixed media quickly in the background. I have white cardstock for bases. And let's just have a little fun. So I would like to do, I think, tonight, kind of monochromatic. I am going to do some quick color application on my foundations paper. And then I'm going to die cut. So I'm going to do a light wash with the kissing technique. I'm going to dry it with my heat gun, and then I'm going to stamp in the same color of ink, right? I'm going to stamp it in the same color of ink. The only thing I have to do is grab a stamping block, because I did not do that. I have to clean them. Magic eraser, so good, takes all that stuff right off. Okay, let's do the things. So I need some greens. And what color flower should I do? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do I have in front of me? So what funny is I had bought these cases and started putting all my minis in there. So I'm very proud of myself that I have, look, a whole bunch of my minis set up. So I don't even have to grab the big stuff. I can just do it from here. So I'm excited about that. I have a sheet of plastic. I have my mister. And we're going to just kiss some colors. Purples. So you were the first one, Monica, and you said purple. So, okay, let's do it. I'm down. Look at, there they are. I'm going to do it. I can use some of those other colors in the background for my resist, but I'm going to do this quickly. So this is a kiss. I call it the kissing technique. Some people call it the plastic wrap technique. Some people would, there's lots of different names for this. I've always just called it the kissing technique. And I only say that because it's always my thing is you don't want to smush it like this. So I say don't kiss it like it's The Rock or it's like Matthew McConaughey. You kiss it like it's your grandma, your nonna, your abuela, gentle because she's frail. because you get it way more control when you kiss like this, okay? So let's go in. Let's start with some Victorian velvet. Oh, let's start with, the thing fell in the package here. So I'm going to start with that. I don't think I invented it. I use the technique. I don't think I invented anything. I don't know if anything is new these days. Do you know what I mean? I've been doing this for a long, long time though. The art crayons, like we've been doing it for a long time, but I'd say probably not, man. I think I invented calling it the kissing technique. I'm going to cough just a sec. I have not had enough water today, so I apologize. Will mixed media rough paper work for this technique? I'd say yes, Cara. I'd say yes. Anything will work for this technique, because even if you only have a sheet of cardstock, go for it. So we're going to put that color down first. Oh, I love it. That was Victorian velvet. Okay. And then I'll do my greens on this side. And then I'm going to do my purples on this side. I'm going to put a little seedless preserves, which I have 2 of these in here. 2. Who's playing along with me tonight? Who is, ooh, love it. It's like I spilled some wine. Can I tell you? So when I went to see Lael likes, she's a wine drinker. She really is kind of a wine connoisseur. And I had, you'll be very proud of me if you're a wine drinker. You'll think this is funny. So she's like, do you want a glass of wine? We had gone out for dinner. We came back to her house and she said, do you want a glass of wine? And I said, I actually would love a glass of wine. I'll have whatever you're having. And so she got this wine out that started with an M. I don't know what it was called. It started with an M. It's like MEL something. And I'm drinking the wine. And I'm like, does this wine have like cherry in it? I feel like I can taste cherry. And she's like, it says berries on there. So it was a Pinot Noir. No, what else would it be? Pinot Grigio, is it red or is it white? That shows you how much I know. It was a Pinot something. It wasn't Pinot Noir though. I think Pinot Grigio, right? It was Pinot. So I look it up online, and what is the first thing it says? It says that it has black cherry in it. And I was so proud of myself. I'm like, look at me being all this, like this wine taster. And I said, what's funny is it's not that I could necessarily taste cherries, but it's what my mouth felt like. My mouth felt like after I eat cherries. No, it's not Malbec. It's longer than that. I don't know. I took a picture of it, but it's on my phone and I can't show you. I have good taste buds, right? I was pretty proud of myself. So it was a Pinot and it was a longer name than Malbec. But I said, there's cherry in this. I can taste cherry. And now I'm a wine drinker when I go to Lael's house. I love it. That's fun, right? And you're going to start with the resist for your scrap lift of Natalie's page. I love that. So friends, I just like to share the stories. I thought you would think that was funny. And I love, this is not a palette I would normally use. So I am going to dry this so I can put the next layer of color down. So if you are new to mixed media or doing wet techniques, if I go and just layer more wet color on top, it's going to kind of blend. I'm going to lose some of the little patterns that I've kissed on here. So if I dry this layer, right? If I dry this layer and then layer another one on top, this base layer stays the same underneath, right? You love this story. Wineries, here we come. It's true. And Valerie and I live, like where we live is like wine country. So now look, Val, we're going to take a bus and go do some wine tasting. Because look at me now. Look at me. So I live in the Niagara region in Ontario, Canada. We are right near Niagara on the lake, and we have some amazing fruit fly country. It is, because we have all of apples, cherries, pears, grapes, everything grows around us. So there are tons of fruit flies, right? You just spent the weekend in Niagara on the lake, Mandy. You were only 20 minutes away from me, right? Natalie has her sister's wedding tomorrow. That's very exciting. And both of her kids are in the wedding party. So you let your sister know that we say congratulations, and I hope you guys have like the best day, right? You live close to 3 wineries. I love that. Well, you know, and I have to say is my appreciation for wine has come after when I cut sugar out of my diet. Like, I don't really do a lot of sweet stuff anymore, and I never liked wine before. And now I like dry wine and red, and I don't know what's wrong with me. Do you see what Natalie just said? She lives close to an LCBO. You weirdo. She's not that far from wine country either in Toronto. My page does look like wine. It's what, when somebody said it looks like I spilled wine, I had to tell you my wine story, right? You just saw what Niagara Falls looks like on the Canada side, and it's so cool. I'm going to tell you, and this has nothing to do with saying that we're better than anybody, but if you are coming to Niagara Falls, you have to come to the Canadian side. I'm telling you, there's nothing going on the US side. The Canadian side is where all the touristy stuff is, right? My palette is maturing. Aren't you proud of me, Deanna? Look at Dina. It's not Deanna. I'm just making names up now. But yeah, there's lots of stuff. I'm just telling you the last couple of weeks, I have lots of stuff going on in this brain of mine. I have lots of plans for next year. I'm very excited. Just stay tuned is all I can say. Stay tuned. I'm going to put a whole different purple in here, blue purple. We're going to use shaded lilac. And I'm only going to do a little bit. And I meant that from the view of the falls to clarify. Yes, right? So that's what Valerie's saying. OMG, yes. My US side sucks. Just for the view. It's prettier on the Canadian side. There's no comparison. There isn't. And I'll have friends that are coming to visit. Like I had one friend who was here from Utah. And she was like, oh, we're at Niagara Falls, and she's showing pictures. And I'm like, that's awesome. And I'm like, Canadian or US side? And she goes, oh, we're just staying on the US side. And I was trying to be nice, but I'm like, there's nothing over there. You know what I mean? It's like, even when I was a kid and we used to go over, because we go across, we call it over the river, because you go over the Niagara River. That's what the falls flows into the Niagara River. And we'd always say, like, there's nothing. Even back then, there were a couple shopping malls. There's a casino, but we have 2 casinos on our side. There's not much going on the US side. Your mom loves the Canadian side of the falls more than the US side. It's just no comparison. No comparison. And it has nothing to do with the US-Canada thing. It's just, there's nothing over there. And a little dusty Concord. Let's throw a little grape in here. But you do need a passport to get to the Canadian side. 100% you do, because you're leaving your country, right? If you're going from the US to Canada, you're leaving the country, you need a passport, right? That all changed with 9/11. Because before, you only needed a driver's license. Like back in my youth, we just needed a driver's license to go over the border. But now you definitely need your passport. But I travel all the time, right? So I just assume everybody has that, but it's probably not the case, right? Not everybody has their passport. But it's worth it. If you're going to make this trip, you need to come to the Canadian side. So how's everybody else been? Like I said, Valerie and Kari had big weddings last weekend. Both of my friends had big weddings. One's son got married and one's daughter got married. And both of them looked stunningly beautiful. And the bride and grooms were beautiful and handsome. I just love this community. I love that, you know, we got a lot of us found each other during the vid when we all needed something in our lives, right? Something to help us get through all of that. And I love now we're at the other side of this. And now we share a lot of like that family stuff. I love it. So it was very beautiful. Awesome. I want to go to weddings. I can't wait. See, my kids are still young and nobody's getting married yet. But I love weddings, right? Oh, you were so beautiful. I got to see Valerie's dress. I had gone to see her, about a month before the wedding. And that dress is stunning. What was it, like charcoal gray? It was like a purpley gray. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, it was beautiful. Keisha James, and I hope you keep singing it for the rest of your life. Oh, I'll sing all this stuff, right? October is your family's birthday month. I love that. That's so funny. I hate weddings just because I don't ever dress up. I live in shorts and tank tops. Airworks 07, I love to dress up. Like I am a menopausal Barbie. I love to dress up. I love to celebrate. I love to dance till I sweat. I love to take pictures at the wedding. I love to eat the food. I love to hug the bride and groom. I love that. And I'm telling you, when it comes time for my kids to get married, man, it's going to be epic. I'm menopausal Barbie. You know what I'm saying? I've lost some weight and I was trying clothes on today and I'm very happy today. Remember I said I don't know, and I'm sure it is the hormones that I feel like I'm all over the place. One minute I'm happy, one minute I'm sad. And I was trying clothes on and I'm going to have to do a big like clothing sale because I have so many things with tags on it. It's disgusting. But I was trying clothes on and that made me feel good because I love that. I love getting dressed up. I love putting outfits together, right? You love dancing in the cake. I have power surges, not hot flashes. I love that, Beth, power surges, right? And you just celebrated your daughter's wedding the 20th of September. They are now in Thailand. Congratulations, Carla. That's exciting. Are we going to dance the Macarena in April? Yes. We'll do whatever you like, but you can't do it in your bathrobe. You can't do it in your bathrobe. Yes, so we have a Vicky Booten cruise in April. And I'm very excited about that. I'm telling you, I'm working on something for that one. My new Sizzix release is going to be out. So people on the April cruise are going to get to it's going to be Sizzix based. And I might be working on something that is brand new and exclusive. So are you excited about that? So if you guys have been on the fence and you're thinking about coming on that cruise, I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a good one. You lost 50 pounds, but I'm stalled. I was hoping to lose about 80. At least I haven't gained it back. Can I tell you, and I think this is really important, congratulations on working on your health. It's super important. Those are not stalls. I really believe that is your body solidifying your weight loss. It's doing all the work behind the scenes, and maybe you just need to switch it up, increase your carbs, do something different, and you can work through those plateaus. But I think it's normal. It's a normal part of weight loss. It's the one thing I'm not doing Gina Living now, but the one thing that I thought was a great takeaway is that weight loss doesn't look like this. It looks like this, right? So the slow process is good. It's a good thing, right? I've never been on a cruise, but I'd love a Vibu cruise. You would. We have a blast. There's a lot of people on here who have cruised with me, and you've stalled for about a year. It took me about 2 years to lose a 50. Well, you'll get there, but 50 is nothing to shake a stick at. That is an amazing weight loss. And for me, it's just health. I need to be healthy. You know, when my kids finally move out of this house, I want to go and do all the things. I want to go do all the things, right? So for me, I just needed to take control. And I'm down about 35 pounds. And I have no goal. I'm just going to see how I feel, right? See how I feel. But I love clothes. So I have to tell you that is a big thing for me. And it's been slow and it's taken a long time. And I'm totally okay with it. I feel good, right? I feel good. But I put a lot of weight on. I have to say, perimenopause is no laughing matter. I put on probably 40 pounds on top of already being overweight. And then losing my mom, which I am still struggling with. It has been, and I saw Dawn, the anniversary of your mom's passing is going to be a year. It's some days it's totally fine, and some days are really hard. And lately it's been really hard. I've cried a lot lately because when I have things that are hard, I want to talk to my mom. When I have things that I want to celebrate, I want to talk to my mom. And when you lose somebody, I'm crying, but I'm okay. That is really important and plays, I don't know, your mom. Like, it freaking, you know, she grew you. Or if she adopted you and she took care of you from when you were little, like I don't know. It's freaking hard, right? It's really hard. And I have struggled with that. And then struggled with menopause and struggled with work stuff and business things. And sometimes life is hard and the world is hard right now. The world, I feel, is a little off its axis right now. And I just feel like some days are really, really hard. And then some days are great and beautiful and awesome. And you know what? You got to have the hard ones to really appreciate the good ones, right? Life can be really hard. So if you're out there struggling, I hear you. I see you. I am glad that you come and you hang out with us, because I'll tell you, this community, like you see the ladies talking that are going to be in Conroe, because, you know, it's awesome. They're putting together, we're having like I love banana cake. And we're having a banana cake party on Wednesday night with the V-Boo crew. And I have to say that I can't even tell you how special that's going to be, how that makes me feel, that you guys want to spend time with me and time with each other. It's awesome, right? Yeah, same. I remember, Lizette, you lost your sister, and it is freaking hard to still be here, right? And that they aren't on holiday. So sending you lots of love. My love. Sending you lots of love. It's hard. So yeah, I hear ya, because I'm right there. And it's been hard lately. There's been a lot of stuff that, you know, people only see your highlight reel, and I don't want to share it for multiple reasons. One is why I don't want to put all the tough stuff out there. Like, people have their own stuff they're going through and deal with my crap. And then the other thing is, you know, don't like to share everything. Not everything I think needs to be shared, but if you like, why has she been quiet online, or all those things, right? It's just hard sometimes. It's hard. So I see you, I hear you. But like I said, if we didn't have the hard times, we wouldn't appreciate the good times. So sending lots of love to you guys. And I know with my mom, she's watching. She's here. Yes, the ebb and flow of sorrow. The ebb and flow of all of it, right? Being a woman freaking is hard some days. Just feel a lot of pressure on us to do all the things and be good at all the things and be good for everybody. It can be hard. Not that it's not for men, but I'm not a man, so I can only speak on my own experience, right? I can only speak on my own experience. And that is why I keep saying this, because I'm thinking about, as I go through Facebook and I see friends that used to scrapbook with me or were card makers or art I used to love watching them make. and they aren't making anymore. And I sit and look, I wonder what they're doing. What have they replaced that with? Because it doesn't have to be 12 by 12 scrapbook layouts, but what have you replaced that with? Are you still making? Because I feel like it's good for your mental health. Just doing this, sitting and talking with you guys. Because we could be at a crop somewhere and we could be hanging out and chatting, and that's not a possibility for a lot of us. We can't do that. Some people don't have the mobility. Some people don't have the extra funds. Some people don't really like to be in a room full of people, but they can shine and be themselves online. So I find that these Friday Night Lives and us getting together on here is really important, right? So don't be sad if you're not going to be in Conroe. We're sad. We wish you were there with us, but we can certainly do these things. I'm not going to ever stop doing the Friday Night Lives and all of the classes and the class kits. And I know a lot of you are new. You just did like your first Vicky Booten weekend with maybe Flower Emporium or with cut and paste, or maybe you did an access only. And now you're like, I'm totally going to buy one of Vicky's kits. I want to do that weekend, right? Thank you, Courtney. It's really important because I feel like if I'm going through all this stuff and I sit on here and I only act like, ooh, everything's happy and my life is perfect, I feel like I do my friends a disservice. I need to tell you that, some days are really freaking hard, like really hard. Devin got me up to go for a walk the other day, and I'd stayed up till 2 o'clock trying to get deadlines done. And then I was back up at 7, and I'm like, I'm too tired, Dev. I don't have it in me. And then I was sad. And then we were talking about Nanny, my mom. And it's kind of nice having a 22-year-old now that wants to listen and wants to support me. And it's okay. We'll go for our walk tomorrow. But right, it's been a rough year. It's been rough. But it's been rough and it's been beautiful at the same time. And like I said, if you don't live through and learn from and experience the tough stuff, how would you know when the good stuff comes around, right? How do you know when the good stuff comes around? But yeah, for some of you guys that aren't doing this crafting stuff, help me help you. Let me know what you want. Like, what's really funny? A resurgence in the 12 by 12 layout classes. For the longest time, no one was interested in those. They just did not do very well. And I feel like it's totally my thing though. Because even if you are new to Vicky Booten scrapbooking stuff, you might have a hard time wrapping your head around why all the pattern paper. And then I sit down and start using it, and it's because that is how I create. I do stuff that is like a whole white background with very little, but little paper and more embellishment. But I also love to layer pattern paper. I love it, right? Because I don't do this on everything. Some things are very clean, but I love my embellishments. And there's a formula. Well, there's a Vicky Booten formula, right? Sharing sorrow with friends is healing. Such an important thing for me. It's true, Kari. And Kari's such a good listener. So I'm reading your comments in case I missed anything. Love and have always loved 12 by 12 layouts. I love that, Barbara. And there's so many coming your way. I have so many plans. There's so many things that I can't talk about right now, but when I can, I'm very excited to share that. I like layouts more than albums, just more usable for you. See, but we would have a very friendly conversation and discussion on that, because I don't understand the mini book. For me, I feel like I get more photos in what, at least in my style, the mini books I do, right? The mini books I do are just mini albums. Like it's not like the tag flip books or something like that. To me is more embellishment based. But I think, you've done my 6x8s, haven't you? Have you done one of my 6x8s, Cara? You have, right? But that's why I try to mix both in there. I missed what happened. I'm so bummed. I just got denied disability. I can hardly see, can't drive, can't work, and they still denied me. Gonna have to appeal. Prayers, please, from the people who pray here. Appeal it. You know, it could just mean that you get a different person who reads your file. I feel like it's sad. We should never have to fight for healthcare. I feel like in a wealthy nation, no one should go without healthcare in 2025. I just, maybe not everybody believes that, but I don't think everybody should be able to have what they need. I truly believe that. So you keep fighting for that. I feel like somebody's going to read it and it's going to be the right person, and that's going to happen for you, right? As my eyesight has changed, I've decided to use larger photos for layouts. I love that, Antonia. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Use the bigger photos. Do like just 2 photos on a layout. You don't have to put the whole story on one page, right? You don't have to put the whole story on one page. You like to use the albums for a single event trip, but my kids are in too many activities and trips are limited. And that's why sometimes we do like just everyday albums, right? So it could just be the highlights. You could just choose to do a month, right? I've always tried to love layouts, but you just can't. Mini albums have my heart. I love turning 12 by 12s into mini album versions. I love that. And that's the other magic thing with all of this, right? We can all find something that works for us. We can all find something that works for us. We can all find something that works for us. Okay, you ready? We're going to stamp. This is what we're going to make our art out of. So these stamps from American Crafts are made overseas. They are still beautiful stamps. The only thing I'd say the difference with is the stamp quality is nowhere near the same as a photopolymer, and that's why the price is nowhere near a photopolymer. But I feel like Melissa and I do really good art, so at least you get some really pretty impressions out of these. So let's start with, I'm going to put a whole bunch of petals. Oops, I just put it on upside down. So I think I just changed my mind to make this faster. I'm going to stamp all of this in one color so that I've got to cut them out with dies. So make sure when you're spacing it, you leave enough room. I don't normally do this either, put all these stamps on here. So I better not put all of them, because if there's any kind of bubble in the table, it's not going to stamp. I'm changing my mind. I'm going to lay them on the art. I'm going to lay them where I want to stamp them. And like I said, this is not for the faint of heart tonight, because I have to die cut all these petals. So I'm sure some of you guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, it's taking forever. That's okay, Adriana. The plus is even though we're live, it's still recorded, right? So what ink do I want to use? Should I just stamp them in black? Or I could use one color of archival. I wish I knew where. I got really organized and I put all my stuff someplace. But I don't know where that is. Just a second, I'm going to walk. Baby girl, what's your name? Buy you a drink. Where did I put them? I have all my archivals in tins, but I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are. And it makes me mad because I want to stamp in purple ink. Okay, look it. Will this show up? I'd like to try Lavender Kisses. I'm going to try it. Can go black, and I could, Jose, but my concern is that there's a lot of pattern and it might end up blocking out all of my. This might be too light. I'm going to test it. Oh, I'm scared now. I don't know if I want to fully commit. I'll tell you, I don't know if this might be too light. Watch. Yep, too light. Too light, you crazy girl. Okay, we're going black. We're going black. Or gray, maybe. Ooh, what about that? I'm going to go off the rails. On my crazy train. Isn't that part of the song? Going off the rails on the crazy train. Going off the rails on the crazy train. See, I didn't make it off. Throw in a little homage to Ozzy. Dark gray, that's what I'm doing. Now, can I position them somewhat? Let's see. Make sure I don't ruin it. I love it. Look at. Good choice. Don't you think? Good choice. Baby girl, what's your name? Off the rails me. It's kind of fitting, isn't it? I think that'll be pretty. Okay, so we're not going to do 12 million, Vicki, because you still have to die cut them, and we still have to make a card for World Cardmaking Day. Very exciting, right? Yeah, gray and purple is kind of my jam. What do you guys think? So I have to tell you other stories from the world of Vicki Boutin. I have a friend in this industry that I've known for a long time, and she does these trips. Like, I'm going to stop doing multiple stamps. I feel like I'm rocking the stamp, and not in a good way. I'm not rocking it in a good way. And she does these trips to Europe. And I feel like we need a Vicki Boutin trip to Europe. I want to go to Italy, and I want to go to south of France. I want to go on a, I want to do all the things. I want to go all the places, do all the things. I really like this one. I still want to do a, I know I was jealous because she's in Italy. She's posting pictures from Italy, and I'm like, I want to freaking go to Italy. I wish you had all the time and all the monies, right, to do all the things. And I would also like to do a river cruise. We've talked about this before, and I'm like, I'm not going to do the river cruise. And now I'm like, I feel like we need to do a river cruise. I feel like I would like to do Christmas markets, and I would like to do Portugal. Can I win the lottery before you go to Italy? I hear you, right? I hear you. That's what I said. If we had all the time and all the monies. Okay? So how many petals do we need for a flower? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-ish. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I need more than that. Because if I want to do at least 2 flowers, right? You're planning the Christmas markets. Well, I'm going to do one. I'm going to look at it, right? I'm going to Portugal with 5 friends in a few weeks. That's very exciting, Mandy. Good for you. Yeah, I want to do a Portugal trip. I did not stamp that very well. Is anybody playing along with me tonight? Is anybody using this stamp set? Because I know sometimes on these nights, you guys are like, yeah, I'm just watching. I don't have it in me tonight. I don't have it in me. But maybe tomorrow you'll do it, right? Is anybody doing anything for... is anybody doing anything for World Cardmaking Day tomorrow? I will be packing kits. So I will not. And I will be packing kits. And then I will be making the Halloween flip book. So be watching for that. I'll post as soon as it's done. I'll post pictures. And did you guys have questions that I missed? Any other questions? You're crafting with a friend at a crop. That's very exciting. I had to stop crafting. My body hurts too much. We got to find something that'll work for you. You know, maybe that is just art journal or something that, right, is easier on the body. If you can't do all the step things, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm going to do a couple more and then let's die cut. It's going to be like watching paint dry. Because I have to run these all through. That's a lot of dies. I think I'm going to end up only doing one of these flowers because, come on, dudes, right? You're going to be like not wanting to watch that. So we'll pick the ones I like the best, right? Pick the ones. Simone, how are you? And getting ready to go to a wedding. We were just talking about how much I love weddings. Oh, I forgot the green. Gotta do some greens. Now, can I tell you something? This art is all going to be like useless because this is a solid stamp. So that was silly on my part, but whatever. Whatevs. Right? Whatevs, Vicky. You weirdo. What were you thinking? So we'll just make do. I can save this though for another crafty adventure. But we'll just stamp some green because we need some of these. It's a big one, so I can get a couple stamps out of that. Or a couple branches that I can cut out of that. Oh, I love it though. Baby girl. You're organizing your craft room. The other day, it was a day that I was kind of having a rough day. So I came downstairs and I cleaned my whole craft room and it felt so good. There's something to be said with that. I just feel like my brain works better when I have an organized space. So I did that. But, oh, I have so much stuff I just have to get rid of, right? And that's what I said the next thing to the girls is for all my Canadian friends, be watching. There is going to be a super grab box sale. There's going to be Vicky Booten collection grab boxes. There's going to be all the cruise kits. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's going to get posted. And I'm sorry, because I know for some of you, like, I want them. Can't you ship to the US? And I cannot. It's impossible. If I could, friends, you know I would. If I could, you know I would. I just can't get it over there. But I love this leaf stamp too. Isn't it fun? And I'm inking with green jeans. Because this ink from 49 and Market, the formulation is perfect for doing techniques like I do with my distress. But it stamps really nicely as well. It's a great stamping ink, which doesn't always work with that style of ink, right? They're coming, because that's what I said to the girls, is once we get through getting these last kits out, the next thing I'm doing is an overhaul. I need that leaf stamp now. Well, guess what? You know who has all of this collection is scrapbook.com. They have all of it. They have the whole collection. So there's just tons of fun stuff's going to be happening next year. We have lots of good things that are going to be going on, right? Okay, ready? Let's die cut. It's like watching paint dry. Because now you got to watch me die cut. I thought I bought that stamp, but I can't find it. So I'm wondering if I actually bought it now. Well, you're going to be in Conroe, and Greta shipped everything I've left of Flower Emporium, everything I have left of Cut and Paste. There are Vicky Bouton exclusives. There's aprons, there's bags, the pins. So you might get lucky. I'm going to have it there. Tons of foundations paper. So if you need to stock up, I am going to, that's going to be my showstopper, right? The sale thing, that I'm going to do at the show, at the event. So it'll be good. It'll be good. But yeah, I do. That's pretty. Look at, I love it. Yeah, I don't know what's in that. She sent me a list. I don't know exactly, Courtney, what's in the box, but we sent, I think, 16, probably 20 boxes got shipped. And then some are coming with Lail's stuff, because when I was there, I did like put my aprons and stuff in there. I'll bring my markers so I can draw on some aprons. I did that last year. People really like that. Just curious, what is the point of stamping on mixed media? Does the mixed media underneath show through? Let me show you when I do it. Yes. So can I tell you what the purpose for me is? Is I don't want to sit and color all of those images. I like them to look like beautiful watercolor with half the work. And I feel like it is not as daunting, because some people will sit and look at that and go, ooh, that makes me really nervous, or I don't think I'm very good at coloring. And I feel like this is a quick way to do watercoloring, right? I think I would fussy cut those. You can, Marlo, but I don't have to because I have a die, right? But you totally could. So let's give her a try. Oh, it's going to be cute. I would do just the leaves. I don't think I care if I even did the flowers. I'm kind of digging these leaves, right? Yeah. So last year with the aprons, I was there for hours. I loved it. But like I said, people stood in line and waited for me to draw on their aprons, sign some stuff. And I said, the last person in line deserves as much of my attention as the first person did. So I am of the school that I will sit. I look at it. Anybody's interested in that and they want to talk to me, you better believe I'm going to be there and give you all my attention. And the one thing I don't have a problem with is the talking. I might need to put, because it's foundations paper, let me find a piece of paper. I'm going to put a shim in there because it needs it. Baby girl. Jolene. So I'm putting this in because this paper's thick. So I know if I don't have that pressure when I go to roll it through, it's probably not going to cut right through this paper. So let's do a test. It's good. So are you ready for the reveal of stamping on watercolor? Now this stamp has a lot of solid on it, right? So I love die cutting though, and stamping and stencils. This brings me so much joy. Contained funk, right? It's contained funk. I love that. Yes, I'm going to be at Ready, Set, Create in California next year. I haven't been in years. So does anybody do that event? Will I be seeing you there? Yes, Ready, Set, Create. There's some fun stuff coming next year. I have Ready, Set, Create. I'm going to be in Spokane at that event too. Yeah. I have 2 cruises. I have Australia next year. We'll see if we add anything else on that schedule. You'll be at Ready, Set, Create. Yay! It's gonna be good. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, who out there has admired dies and stamps, but you haven't invested in, or you weren't sure about die cutting? Because I have electronic machines. I have the little sidekick style one. I have I have about 8 different die cutting machines, but I do this for a living. So, but I'm gonna have a Sizzix collection come out. So I'm hoping for some of you guys that already love this stuff that you'll be on board with it. But I'm hoping some of you are going to join me on that journey, because I am very excited. And I feel like I have worked on 3 collections for next year with Sizzix. And I love every one. It just gets a little better, right? Look how pretty. Like, I love that. And instead of stamped in black, it'd be pretty. But I find that that kind of tone-on-tone monochromatic look is kind of fun, right? It's kind of fun. So let's cut a few more. You have a sidekick. I love it. And it just depends, right, on the size of dies that you're cutting. And the electronic machines, there's something like Sizzix is coming out with a brand new one. And I know that with scrapbook.com, they're going to have an exclusive pink one. I think I need it. I think I need a pink machine. I would probably buy 3 new ones. Whatever. I'm crazy. Your stuff is amazing. Can't wait. Thank you. And I just feel like if what I do is your vibe, you're going to enjoy that. I have to say, and I love every version of Vicky that you guys have been around for. I love everything that I did with American Crafts and the style there. I love all my stuff that's coming out with 49 and Market. I'm excited about a lot of the other stuff that I'm doing. I'm excited about the exclusives that I'm doing just through VickyBooten.com. I just feel like I have so many ideas. I just want to make, and just things. I just feel like we need to be aware of like what's going on in the world, and that people don't have the money for all of the things. So I think that offering lots of different options means everybody can play. And I really, really, really want to be conscious of that. Thank you, Nicole. There's lots of versions of Vicky out there. I love these so much. I love these. What do you guys think? And I call this Contained Funk. Because look at, some of you are watching, and you're probably looking at this background going, oh my gosh, that looks like cockapoo-poo. Like, what is she going to do with that mess that she just made? And I say, you only are seeing part of it, right? You're only seeing part of it. And now when we use something where the art is all made for us, I don't have to be a Picasso. I can put my dies on here and stamps on here, and I can make really pretty art and feel super confident about my creations. And I think that's super important. What kind of die cutting machine do you use? This one is a Sizzix Big Shot, but like I said, I own multiple machines. But now that I'll be working with Sizzix, you're going to see me using a lot of Sizzix. I had them before I was doing anything with Sizzix. It's good stuff. They make good stuff, right? Question: did you stamp the leaves in 2 colors? I did not. I used green jeans for all of them. But stamping them in multiple colors would be awesome. Now we know why Vicky didn't, is because Vicky can't find where she put her inks in a really safe spot. But I'm yet to remember where that safe spot is. Hi, Robbie. Love the green and purple mixture. I think it'll be fun. But you know that die cutting each one of those leaves is not going to be the most fun thing I've ever done, but we're going to do it at least for one flower. Because then we're going to do the resist. You know, some of my Friday night lives are not short, right? They're long. And you can watch as much as you can tonight. You can always watch it over the weekend. For some people, they're like, these lives are too long. It's not my jam. I'm not interested in sitting and watching that. I'm really working on, my next thing is going to be doing shorts, like doing things that are just 5-minute videos, 10-minute videos, or taking the content out of my long videos and making them bite size. Like taking some of this, like where we could do just this technique and we could crop it and make it so it is, because I know everybody's viewing what interests are different. So I'm going to hire somebody. That's my next thing, is when through November and December and into January, I'm going to have more time to do some of this stuff. And I need to hire a social media person that can do all those things, right? I cleaned my craft room. Never to find anything again, right? Never to find anything again. Well, you know, Tony, we all have our things. And I have to say, creatively, the design process, the making, it's what I should be doing. Like, I'm doing the right job. In the sense that I love this. You like the long videos. Me too. I'm not going to stop doing them, Lizette. But I do feel like it will be a nice thing to get new people. Or if you're looking like, what was that technique that you did? She did, and then you can find it in a shorter video. This just makes me happy. I don't even care if I ever did anything with this. Just what you saw me doing, taking a blank piece of white paper, putting art down in a really easy way, stamping, and then having a die where I can make that. I just made my own ephemera. This brings me unlimited amounts of joy. And I don't care if this is the finished project. Just doing this. Just doing this. That's going to be, I'm telling you, when my Sizzix stuff comes out, one of our Friday nights is going to be talking about taking that you should have die cutting days, where you maybe one day is a mixed media day where you do a whole bunch of backgrounds. But I have to tell you, when my stuff comes out, what I love is all the mixed media we've done. You're going to have something to make art out of all of that. So we can gel plate like crazy people next year in 2026. And you're going to have a whole bunch of tools that help you support making your mixed media art into something beautiful. I'm just saying. Are you ready for it? It's going to be so good. It's going to be good. And it just gets better from the first collection that we designed. Then we had a second collection, and we just wrapped up the third. So I have 3 releases, I think, that are coming out next year. And we've done all the art for them. And I am beyond excited. Beyond excited. And then the stuff that I'm working on with 49 and Market. And then the stuff I'm working on just under the Vicky Booten brand. Because then I'm excited for the stuff I'm doing under just Vicky Booten, because it's things that are just for me, if that makes sense. Like things I want to do that just fit under like my category, right? So it's exciting. There'll be something for everybody. That's what I feel like. And creatively, I feel like I just need to be able to do the things I want to do sometimes, right? So I'm excited. It's going to be good. Now, this is the part that is going to be a nightmare. If I had brought multiples of these sets home, I should go look. Because if I have 2 of these dies, because let me tell you, this is American Crafts thing, because I would probably have put, this was a Vicky Booten designed thing, like on my own, you'd have multiples of these petals in this set. So you wouldn't have to cut out every individual petal, but we'll go fast, okay? Even if I had an electronic machine, it still wouldn't be. You still have to set it up, right? Still have to set it up. Oh, it's going to be good. 2026 is going to be good. I feel like it's going to be my year. Or fussy cut them. Yes, I totally could, right, Cara? So let's do a couple. Fussy cutting probably is faster. Let's see, Julie. But you know, I just love the feel of the die cut machine, that where it presses the edges down. I love it. It makes me feel like it's all from like a die set. So let's see. As long as I have enough for one flower, we're good, right? What is the name of the stamp set? It is Cut and Paste, Marianne. So when you're looking it up, it's just part of that collection. But look how pretty that is. Did I line the die up perfectly? I didn't. Do I care? Not really. You know what? If I tried everything was waiting for perfection, man, I'd never get anything accomplished. And I am a perfectionist. So I have to say that sometimes that's hard, letting that go. Anybody else struggle with that a little bit? That you give up if it doesn't turn out perfectly, then you know you don't want to play anymore. I had to let that go because I do suffer from that. I do set sometimes expectations for myself. That one did not cut. So thank goodness I have the tape on here for sure. Yeah, I do. I set things that are not achievable sometimes. Remember, and then we talked about the other thing I have a problem with is over committing and under performing. Is that what it is? Or fulfilling? What is the, you know? I say, yes, let's do all the things. I'm going to teach 28 classes and do all of this stuff, right? Where can I purchase in the US? Scrapbook.com is the one who bought the majority of this product. So I'd have to say, if you're looking for cut and paste, Scrapbook.com is going to be your best bet, because a lot of the independent retailers, I think only one delivery of cut and paste went out, because this is all when American Crafts was closing, selling. It was in the middle of all of that stuff going out. Yeah, and I know that they bought the majority of the product. So a lot of times it'd be a lot of different places. But with this one is, yeah, scrapbook.com for this set. You might be able to find it if you overpromise and under-deliver. Thank you, Heather. Which you know exactly what I'm talking about, because you're like, yeah, Vicky does that sometimes. I do, because there's only one me, and I'm doing way too many things sometimes. These are going to be beautiful, friends. I am overcommitted most of the time. Overcommitted, and I don't say no, and I don't want to disappoint anybody, and I'm a people pleaser, and then I end up where it's the exact opposite ends up happening, because then I'm doubly upset if I can't follow through. So I'm trying to be better at that. I think this year's been a little bit better. Over promising and under delivering. You know what I'm talking about. There is a lot of AI out there, and you know it's really hard with the AI art is everything that we do, none of it, I don't use that. It's either hand drawn by me or Melissa, and it's hard to compete with some of that stuff, right? Because for AI art is you just type in what you want, and there it is, it pops up, right? All the art pops up, and that can be hard. And it's hard too, I think, for designers, because is their art being stolen, right? Somebody had to originally do it. You just ordered, and it's on sale, yay. So you were able to find it there, cherry on top as well. Awesome. The menopause will help. I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever. It's just part of who I am. Just part of who I am, right? Perfect. Yeah, go grab it there. Go grab it there. Yeah, it's okay to say no. The problem is that some of the stuff is, you know, you guys know creatively, it was sometimes a really hard time with American crafts because, you know, in the last couple of years, there were issues with not getting the product in time and being late and having a feeling I have to do everything as a pre-order, because if I don't put my kits out when the product all releases, people are going to buy it other places, which is great, but it's how I make my living, is literally from my classes and my kits. It's not from designing product. If I only design product and I did not do a class or a kit with it or teach, I'd make less than minimum wage. Like, it'd be a part-time minimum wage job. It's just not how it works, right? It's just not how this works. And anybody you talk to that does this, it's not different just for me. It's for everybody. And that's why I teach the classes and I kit it, but I only sell a minimum. I have my maximum order of kits that I sell, so it's still fair for everybody, right? And then I do lots of these free classes so that it supports the industry. Because if we don't support each other in this industry, there's not going to be a crafting industry anymore. And it's hard. It's hard. And it's, you know, I think perception is not always reality, right? They think, oh, your name's on the product, so you must be making tons of money doing that. And I'm like, I enjoy what I do. I am not in this. Like, money isn't my driving force, but I do have bills that I have to pay. But it is a hard thing, right? And so I just try to balance all of that. I try to do that. And then I try to support you guys if you've made the purchase. We're almost done. We're almost done. If you've made the purchase of my products, I like to support you with inspiration so that you don't feel like it just sits in your craft room and you don't do anything with it, right? There's nothing wrong with being a collector of fine scrapbooking products, but it's also nice when you use it. When you use it. I find this really relaxing, right? I struggle so much being a people pleaser too. It's hard, Mandy. It's hard, right? Your give a damn is busted. I love that. Hopefully one day. I do feel like once we get older, it is not like it used to be. I'm certainly not, but it's not even the people pleaser. I have to be honest with you, but it is when I want to keep you guys happy. That's my thing, is I want to keep you guys happy as you show up and you support me and you support your local scrapbooking stores and you go to crops and you do all the things. I want to keep you guys happy. That's super important to me. So yeah, that was one of the things people keep asking, is like those new stamps and stencils. If you weren't here earlier, I showed a peek of my new exclusives. Those will be available at VickiBooten.com. They'll ship to the US and they'll ship to Canada, from Canada and the US. So there'll be no issues. That is not cutting. I need to fix my shim. We'll double her up. I try, Courtney. Sometimes I fail miserably. I do, and I'll own it. Like, I send orders out and it's missing something and you emailed me about it and I still forgot. That's why I'm like, never feel bad about having to email me twice. I never will look like going, I've got it. Stop emailing me. What I usually say is, thank you for the reminder. Oh my goodness, thank you for the reminder, because I forgot. And they'll be like, but you just told me yesterday. And I'm like, dude, I forget within 5 minutes of promising something because my brain is fried. This one, let's do this one. Almost done, friends, for my 20-hour Friday night live. I'm 65 and I keep me happy first now. I never used to say no. Good for you, Sherry. Good for you. It's the business side of it that's hard, right? Don't ever think you're nagging me. You're not nagging me. I'm just sorry I don't respond right away, but I'm going to be giving that to somebody else. I'm going to get help with my And if you're like, yeah, you've said this for a long time, it's in the works. I'm just going to say this is the first time. I have Greta, I have Natalie, I have another person I'm going to be talking to, and I am going to take myself out of some of this stuff because I just don't have, there's not enough of me to go around for some of it. I just can't do all of the things. So I'm excited about that. I want you guys to have a response within 24 hours for your emails. And then we have lots of fun things planned, lots of classes, lots of lives, good things, right? It's a fun 20-hour live. Yes, Keisha. But you know. And here's the whole thing. When you watch sped up videos, especially for card making, would you not, okay, with it being World Cardmaking Day, put your hand up if you are a card maker. If you predominantly make cards. Because tell me if this isn't the truth. Sometimes one card can take 4 hours to make, right? Some of those cards are very intricate. That one, did it cut? I think it cut. I don't want to lose this one. I don't think that one cut. This is foundations paper. That's why this is. So are you okay with that? Like, I want to know, because I love cards that have tons of layers, right? Hi, Karen. How are you? I'm okay if a card takes 4 hours. Hi, Carrie. Sleep tight, friend. I am going to bed when this is done tonight. I'm not staying up late. I have stayed up till 2 a.m. a couple nights in a row this week, and I'm too old for that crap. I won't lie. That hurts my body. My body says, no more, Miss Vicky. And then I ate popcorn last night right before I went to bed, and that almost killed me. Cindy! Cynthia, your hands are up. So you know what I'm talking about, right? Card making, especially if you're a stamper, stenciler, and you use the die cutting machine. So here's my question. Do a lot of you do kind of like a day where you just do a bunch of stamping and die cutting, and then you make cards on another day? Or do you do all the steps towards, sorry, I'm bouncing that camera, all the steps towards one card? I'm working on a wedding card and have already spent 3 hours on it. But it's going to be the most beautiful wedding card ever, Sharon. I feel like the work is worth it. Okay, whatever I have at this point, if I need to cut some more, I'll do it. But I need a center. That's the one thing I didn't do. So what do I want for the center of my flower? Boo boo. Stamping it in green. Hi everyone, I just got home and I'm happy to catch part of this. Hi, how are you? A little bit of both. Just curious, you know, and I'm doing more cards, and I'm actually very much enjoying the process of it. So that is exciting, right? That Vicky is a card maker. I always have been though. Like, who am I kidding? I used to do the card kits for Basic Gray. I used to do the layout kits for Basic Gray. I've been making cards since I've worked on tons of stamp companies. So the only difference is, like, think about it. A lot of my friends started out as scrapbookers and now they're like big name card makers. But for me, I just do it all. I don't think I ever went down one road or the other. I love scrapbooking, and I like to make cards. I like to do mixed media art. Like, I just do all the things, right? I do it all at once. When you're making a card, you do all the steps. I do too, but I have to say now with the Sizzix stuff, that some days I want to do the process of doing the mixed media and all of the art and then putting it all together. Does that make sense? So we got to stamp a couple of labels because we're going to make some cards. So I need the center of the flower. So I'm going to do 2 of those. Oh, I love that. And then I need some black ink. And I'm going to do the label. I'll do a couple labels, okay? I'll do 3 of these. And then we're going to still use our... We're going to still use the rub-ons. Everything got to yet. But it's okay, because now everything's going to come together pretty quickly. Because I did all the heavy lifting, right? All the hard work is done. Let's find a flat surface, crazy lady. Sitting down just to die cut lots of different things. That makes it easier. I agree. It's kind of my jam. I love that. I like to sit down and just die cut a whole bunch of stuff. But I like to do mixed media too, right? Or if I'm painting, because sometimes if it's a flower and I've stamped the flower, I might want to paint the petals. I might want to do the kissing technique, right? So normally I would do this stamping would be better if I got out one of my stamping tools, but we're just going to eyeball it and hope for the best, okay? I'm going in, wish me luck. Let's see if I can do a good job with this or not. I'm going to test one here. I can do it, Vicky. You can do it. You can do hard things. So let's see. Can I line that up? And we're just going to go with whatever I make. Is it perfect? Okay. Not bad. Not bad, I have to say. Not bad. I'm going to do one in green too, okay? Because I can. Baby girl, what's your name? Compartmentalized crafting. Yep, and we do it. I do those things, right? Yes, because I think with that class he just did, right? He talked a lot about that. Because it's a lot to sit down and do all of it in one shot. Can be hard. So, oh my gosh, I thought I was stamping in green. Did you watch me just do that? That's the black ink pad. That's the green ink pad. Ding dong. She's special. What is wrong with me? I don't even know where to start sometimes. Picture perfect. Oh, I love that. Picture perfect. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Look at picture perfect happy day. But I'm not going to use that one. I'm just going to stick with the happy day. And I'm going to stamp this in green. Because I can. Because I am the boss of my creative process. Good enough. It is not perfect, but it'll look good for what I'm doing here with you guys. I could always re-stamp it, right? Let's get rid of all the crap. Let's die cut these 2 things and get ready for the next part and making my 12-hour card. But here, I have to say, so when you watch card videos, do you watch the ones where everything is sped up? Where it's like, look, you do step 1, step 2, boo, it's done. But it probably took that crafter maybe 8 times the length of the video to do it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because there's nothing wrong with it. But, or do you like the ones where it is and I'm asking for a friend. So when I start doing more card videos, or do you like the ones where we go through all the steps together? Tell a girl. What do you like? What do you prefer? Baby girl, what's your name? I'm asking for a friend. So when I start doing more card videos, do you want the ones where you see all of the steps? Or do you like the fast ones? You like real time? And I get that you watch both because sometimes you have to. Like if that's what is up for offer and you love what they made, you're going to watch it anyway, right? But I am curious, like when that time comes, what do you want to see me do? Real time? I could prep some stuff ahead though, right? I guess some stuff could be prepped, but I know when I do the scrapbook.com classes, you know, for what is the event? I just forgot the name of it. Boo boo! SBC Fest. That they want it not sped up, right? They need it in real time. I know one of the ones I did was all sped up because it took me freaking 28 hours to do all of the die cutting. So now when I do those classes, I know that it can't be sped up. I have to do it in real time. So the project I make is dependent on that. Can I do it in the time allotted or not, right? All the steps together. You're glad I'm making more cards? Yay! I'm glad. I want to make everybody happy, right? And the other thing is everything I'm doing tonight could be used for a layout. Everything I do almost every night could be layouts, or it could be for a card, or it could be for list making, because I know some of my friends here are Lil's friends, and it could be list making. It could really be any of the things. Boop. I gotta clean that off because my ink's not dry, and it transferred onto my plate. And it's gonna wreck stuff. Oh, I didn't cut that yet, did I? Dum dum. Now they have you do homework. Yeah, which you'd have to, right, Larissa? Because some of it, you'd have to do homework. Because if I was doing a class there and I wanted it to be like one of my normal style classes, I probably would have to give homework. Because you couldn't do everything in the time allotted. You couldn't, right? Hello, Irene. How are you, friend? Were you at bingo or doing something? Or have you been here the whole time and I just missed you? Just dropping in for a minute. Hi, friend. Yeah. I see that. I could see that, right? Okay, got to do it again. It did not cut all the way through. I was trying to go fast, right? I like that. You can't make everybody happy. You're not tequila. I love it. You don't do cards. You prefer mixed media. But you know what? And I totally get that, Lizette. I like cards too, and I'll tell you why. Is I like them for practicing some of my techniques. And then you always have somebody you could give it to. Right? Look at, because all the ink is so, I'm glad I have one of these that I didn't totally ruin rolling that through. Dum dum. So I have one. Look at, I wrecked all the rest of them. Not very smart. Because it can't be tequila. It can't be all of the things for everybody, right? So there's a lesson. Don't do what Vicky just did. Okay, let's make this. Very tired. Oh, so you've been unpacking and going through lots of stuff. I get it. I get it. I'm glad you're here, though. It wouldn't be the same if you weren't. Look at the mess. It wouldn't be the same if you didn't come by and visit. Okay, let's make some cards. What do we want here? I'm going to make, what is it, A2? See, I got to learn all the lingo so I sound smart. There had to have been something on the bottom of my die cutting machine. Let's clean it up. Yeah, I hear ya. There we go. Okay. Boop, boop. So what do we have? We have our leaves. We have, like that. That's how Vicky just dumps everything out. I think it'll be easier to pick up in here though. So we'll just throw, look at the petals. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Just flicked on and off on me. But I'm plugged in. I'm plugged in. Hi, Brenda. Good night. See you later. I know, because you're like, it's almost 10 o'clock, Vicky. I have to make one card. So let's get at least one card. So it's going to be fast now. I did all the heavy parts. I did all the heavy parts. With my fingernails, I can't pick anything up, so I'll use my pokey tool. Baby girl, what's your name? Here we go. See? Look how pretty. So there's the mixed media. And now they look like these funky little watercolor petals that when you do a background like that, think I could have stamped a ton of stuff out of there. And then our green leaf ones, and then the centers, and then my sentiment. So I have enough to make one card. And let's use our rub-ons for the background. Okay, so I am going to cut my card base. I think I'm going to do it out of foundations paper, this card, only because I'm going to be inking on the background. I will see you soon, friend. See you soon. Okay, so I need a trimmer, and let's make a card base out of foundations paper because I'm going to ink on it. And it's going to be my brain is sore, friends. 5.5, right? 5.5. Do I want to do it like that? Yes. Do 5.5. By 8.5. I'll do that size. That can be a mat. And let's score it. I just had my scoring tool. This will work. Look at, if I was in a dental office, we could put silver fillings in with this too. And composite fillings. This is how you shape it with a ball burnisher. And we would take that, and then the dentist shapes your filling to give you your cusps and all of your anatomy on your tooth. With your ball burnisher. Hello, Crystal. Hello, friend. Crystal, when I would teach at Crop and Creates, was always my TA and my friend. Very exciting to see you here. Okay, should we do my second one? What do I have left here? Baby girl, what's your name? Buy you a drink. Do, do, do. What do I have left here? 4 by 9. I was going to see if I could get a, let's just do one card, Vicky. I can use the rest leftovers and do another one off screen later. So I am going to use tonight for my resist, for my background. I just kicked my cart and it rolled under. We'll see you later, Crystal. What do we want to use on our background? I could do, ooh, that's pretty. So there's white dots. I think we could layer some, ooh, this, that'll be fun. I'm going to do this for sure. See these circles? Can you see them? Hopefully. I'm going to do these circles. Or we could, ooh, the polka dots. That might be even faster. I'm going to use that because it'll fill the whole card. Scissors. So when you're using these Irresistables, I am going to take it. They're very sticky. So normally I'd staple the backing to the rub-on, but I don't find I have any issues with that here because the whole kind of process with this product is they're tacky. There's a tackiness to these. So the one I'm using looks like bubble wrap. So when I go to put it on here, it's going to make the perfect backing for my card. Okay, so when you take it off, it is this white rub-on. How pretty is that? So these are called Irresistables. They're part of the Vicki Boutin collection for $49 in Market. They are not, it depends what store you buy them off, if they're going to be listed. So I'm going to put that down on here. And then I will use my, where did I put everything, Vicki? You were so organized when you came on here, Vicki Boutin, and then now I don't know where anything is. Baby girl. So I can use my ball burnisher, but I just have this white stick that I use, but that's not going to work. Even your fingernail will work because these rub-ons are like typical $49 in Market rub-ons. They go on like butter. So it does depend what paper you're putting them on. Like lots of different things can factor in there. But I would like my burnishing tool because that is what I use. You know, you want to use what you're used to using. I'm going to stand up and figure out where I put it, but this will work too. I use this palette knife. So when I rub this on here, what this is going to create is this white pattern that resists my ink. So when I put it on here, that white pattern will stay white. I love them. I love these, Valerie, like for real. So before I lift, like always with rub-ons, I want to make sure all of it transfers. So I don't just rip this off, okay? I put it on, I lift a little. They're tacky. These are stickier than normal rub-ons. It's just the nature of the product for the resist. So when I lift this now, I have these white. So if you were doing this on black, you could use this just as a white on a dark background, which I did as well in the Halloween, and I love it. So can you see that? Is that showing up? Right? I can't help it, Heather. T-Pain is in my brain tonight. T-Pain is in my brain. So we could layer another pattern with this, do one pattern. Here, why don't we do this? So I'm going to add just that row of numbers. We're going to give it a little bit of vintage vibe. Stitches, you could put stitches on here. But I'm going to put this number on here. Okay, get rid of that. Hi, Karen. I am going to put this number, I think, right here. But let's decide where's all the art going to go. Yeah, that could work. Maybe not. Maybe over here. And then just want to make sure it looks kind of straight. Looks kind of straight. And now, what color? I want to do, I think I'll do the background in a blue. Or maybe a teal. What do you think? A turquoisey color? Because I want you to be able to see it. Do you know what I mean? I want it to pop. Should I use a rainforest? And with these rub-ons, what you'll find is you don't have to rub it like, you know, you're putting all your muscle power into it. But you want to make sure that at least part of the image has released before you lift. Okay? So there's my pattern. Are you ready for the reveal? So let's stick a blending tool on here, or foam, and we're going to do it. I think teal will go really well with purples and the green. So I'm going to load up my blending tool. I'm just going to use the back of, I don't have a craft mat handy. This is a craft mat in the background, but I'm trying to keep it clean so my card won't get all messy. So I'm going to just start to woo-wee blend. I don't want to put a lot of ink on the blending tool because it's so dark, such a dark color. I'm going to use what is on here first. Look at that. So do you see what I'm saying with a quick resist? That I didn't have to get my heat gun out. You know, maybe you might love the look of resist, but you're kind of nervous to do that, right? Or you don't have all the tools. So this is pretty straightforward. I could still do watermarking if I wanted to on here. You could buff this off with a paper towel, although I don't really have to, because most of that, right, came off with the blending tool. So I like to go in a little bit with the water, just a little bit to soften my edges, but not a ton. And I just find that elevates the kind of distressed look of the gotta watch, I don't want to drag my card through the ink. Do you see? And the watermarking worked on here. Isn't that fun? I love them. I'm not baking it like a cookie. I just want to dry the ink. So when I go to glue my elements on here, they're gonna stick. Good enough. So what do you think, guys? Isn't that fun? So a lot of you who have done, look at, I still want to soften the edges of my ink. Right? I just like that it doesn't have that kind of blending tool look. If I come in and just put a little bit of water, makes it a little bit more watercolory, like I painted it on instead of the blending tool. Okay. So there's my base. And that is the quickest, right? Now you want a cookie. I love it. Don't bake it like a cookie, but I do just want the moisture out so my adhesive will actually stick. So with this set is called Curiosities. And it's 3 sheets and it's a lot of mixed media. Both of them are a lot of mixed media. I used the other set, which is called Focus. on all the Halloween projects. But it is quick and easy, right? And then the watermarking, and it works beautifully on the foundations paper. So now I'm nervous that my hands might be dirty, so I'm just going to throw whatever I have on here. I just want to fix my seam. What do you call that? Spine, the fold of the card. These are a little tacky, so you could go in with your powder tool. Good night, Kari. I know, right? You're like, this is as much, and it's a late one, but you'll have to watch the finish tomorrow. So thanks, friend, for staying as long as you can. We love you. And I find the powder tool takes some of the tackiness away, okay? So now let's make our card. And we have our mixed media. And the plus is we cut all these. I'm not going to use all of them. I will have extra left over. Love that. And I think happy day that I can't lift with these silly fingernails. There we go. Is going to get foam dotted right down here. And then we'll put the flower in there. What do you think? I'll bring this closer. I went to get blood drawn, and Devin saw that, and she passes out from needles, and she's like, oh my goodness, when you, my boobs on the table, nice Vicky, when you had your blood drawn, look at, they hurt you. I said, Devin, that bruise is from taking the tape off. Do you know what I'm talking about? When the tape, I said, the bruise is from the tape. It's not the needle. It's when the cotton ball they put on my arm, and then they put that tape on there. The bruise is, I got a hickey. Got a hickey from removing the tape. I like it just with the leaves. Friends, you didn't, if you were doing this and you didn't want flowers on it, you could totally do that. Let's just do this so it stays flat. So I'm going to pop Happy Day up. I know that. Are you a flat card maker, or do you like cards with texture? And then let's look. How do we want to get this in here? So am I doing okay with my card making, friends? Are you like, okay, she's not sucking at the card making so far. She's doing okay. Cards with texture. Me too. I want texture. I want... I like them to pop. I would, if I mailed my cards out, I would pay the extra postage. I would do all the things to put them in there. Right? So I'm just laying it out, and then I'll decide what stays, what doesn't. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put, I think, only 6 of the petals down. I'm curling them, I think, right? A 6-petal flower. Boo! One more. This one. Hi, Jennifer. Thank you. You don't suck at anything, lady. Dude, I suck at a lot of things, and I'm totally okay with that, too. Right? Let's look. I like it. Like that. Right? And then I see the trick that you guys do. If I put that tacky tape down and lift it, I could glue it, right? I love the card makers are the smartest. You pay the extra postage. Me too. For the cards I never send. Look at me lying right to your face. I like it. So this is going to be it. So I'm going to lay these out exactly like I want them. And then I'm going to use my minty tape so that I can adhere it. I'm still upset, Courtney, that that charcuterie restaurant is not there. I'm going to talk about that till I'm blue in the face. So look, I'm going to put that down like this. See if I do it right, right? And now when I lift it, I can adhere. Look at me being smart like a card maker. There. I might even be able to position them a little better. Boop. So I'm going to glue my leaves down. Aren't you impressed that I just did like smart things? So, because like I saw that somebody or one of you guys told me at one point, is because you probably are card maker, is like if you do this and you lift it up, it's so much faster. Here's the other thing. I never use wet glue. Now I freaking don't even know how I survived without it. I am proud. Jennifer Booten. I love that. Is that like, are you saying that I'm going to be smart like Jennifer McGuire? I would take that, man. She's smart. She's my friend, Jennifer. I've known Jennifer forever. She is freaking smart. Those card makers, man. I'm always like, I got to hang out with the card makers. They're smart. They make me feel like I can do the things. I don't know if that's how I had it, but it's how it's going to be. You use the tape trick? You know what? It's the first time I've ever used it. It's the first time. And I've known about it for a long time, right? Jennifer is awesome. I love her. She's smart, but I knew Jennifer from like scrapbooking when she had a column in creating keepsakes. She used to invite me to do projects because she has done mixed media for a long time and or techniques. And I'm a technique girl, right? You guys know it's a real thing. But I could use what I'm doing now. There's no reason we couldn't cluster this on a card, on a layout, right? Cluster it on a layout. And now I'm going to go in and I'll put my petals down. Let's decide. Oh, I better glue the bottom of that better. I love my card tonight. Question, darn it, I missed your trick. What is the tape trick? So I just used the mint tape. I laid my petals out where I wanted them, and by putting the tape on and picking it up, it means you don't have to reposition that again, right? You don't have to reposition it again. So I know that's going to go there, and I might not have it down the same way, but I'm okay with that. I think I want it right about there. Boop. And I know that Kathy Z does that too. I do boop too. I did not steal boop from her. You know, if you guys have been around for a long time, I do boop too. I don't want you to think now, like, look, Vicky's being a card maker. She's going to steal everybody's things. I'm not. I'm not stealing the things. But man, if it helps, I will do it too. But yeah, you guys know I do boop too. I love Kathy too. So the glue takes a little longer. See, now it sounds like I'm stealing everybody's thing. Press and seal works too, yes. And then I'm totally would be Jennifer McGuire, seeing that her husband was one of the ones who made press and seal, right? Vicky, on Saturday, my friend is coming with her food truck and they have some yummy offerings. I can't wait. I can't wait. Can I ask you a question though? I love Kathy Z. She is awesome. Awesome human too. You know what I mean? Like, I love Kathy. Look at so far, friends. Are you impressed with my card making? So I love press and seal. I have an issue. Someone help me with this. I cannot cut the press and seal. We always end up, the little knife thing always ends up breaking off, and you can't cut press and seal. So we have this problem that I can't get press and seal out of the package. I cannot get it out of the package. I'm a booper from way back. You guys know, right? I say boop. I didn't steal that. I say a lot of weird things though. But Kathy will be like, "What's up, V-Boo?" Because a lot of my card making friends, that's what they call me, V-Boo. V-Boo and Boots. Boots. It's a boot scoot boogie. Hello, Vicky made a card. It might have taken 12 days. We could put 2 flowers on here. But you see what I'm saying? Like you could add extra. Ooh, I like that. I could go in and beef up my petals if I wanted to. Look at that. This stamp is a fun one. And it's incredibly inexpensive. And somebody just said it's on sale, 50% off at Cherry on Top. But you could do like a flower too that is just a part daisy, right? Where you could go in, not with that one because it's the same. You could do lots of things with this stamp set, especially if your fingernails worked. So I could do like a part daisy, you know what I mean? Maybe cut that in half so it's like the side view of the flower. But there were a lot of steps, but I think it's totally worth it. And then I have all of this left over. I could still do a layout. So you could do this same idea and with a cluster in your title. I press only on the serrated edge. If you press down on the press and seal itself, it ruins it. I can't get it out of that package. I have to figure it out, right? Because I love the product. I think it is user error. So what do you think, friends? Do you like it? Did I do a good job being a card maker tonight? So how fast was that, though, if you want to resist technique? I have to say it was one of the fastest. Good night, Don. Thank you for joining me. Look, I finished it pretty quick, though, right? Finished it pretty quick. So I love it. Maybe one day I'll mail them out. Maybe that is going to be my thing. I'm going to make some cards, and you guys can email me if you want to be part of my mailing list, and then I can randomly mail cards out each month. But I need to make some so that I have a batch going, and then I can mail them because I like to give back to my community. And if you're interested in it, now I have to have that little stamp made that says handmade by Vicky Booten. But I love how that turned out. So these Irresistables are fun. I use them. Where else did I use them? I use them I'm building. This is going to be the flip book, the free Halloween flip book. That's a Irresistible, the spider web. This is a Irresistible. Look at the spider web. That's on the focus set. And then look at that background. We're going to make this. And then these are Irresistibles too. See the leaves? So lots to come. This is going to be a free class, right? It's going to be a free class. It's going to be fun. I'm going to flip the camera. I have to put it up a bit though, because if I flip it right now, you'll just be looking at my boobs. Nobody needs to see that. So I have to Blair Witch you for a second. Let's do a close-up of the card and the mess on Vicky's desk. Woo. I love it. And that is, when you think about it, that was a pretty quick one. I didn't even plan the design out. So let's flip this and not up my nose. Boop. Hi. Still the camera's pretty low, so I back up so you're not just looking at my nose. Thank you, friends. That was a lot of fun. I will not be here next week because I'm going to be in Texas. But I will be here the following Friday. And then I'll go over the new stamps and stencils because then I can get them up so they'll be available for everybody when I get back from Texas. And that Friday night, I will do a walkthrough of them so you can kind of test drive it, see how they all work before you decide if you want to get any of those. So I will try to do lots of posts and video or two while I'm away, especially from the event, because if I'm with the crew, the people who can be there, I want to do a video so we can say hi and have a wonderful weekend. Your kits are going to be going out. The Halloween goes out first. There will be a little bit of a break in shipping while I'm away in Texas, and then I'll pick up. But any Christmas kits that have been ordered or any Halloween. So if you want to get in on the Oh my goodness, Mistletoe Memories Christmas kit. I'm telling you, I'm looking at it across from me. That album is stunning. The layouts are going to be beautiful. You can find that at vickybooten.com. It will be shipping this weekend, so you have it in time for the classes. Otherwise, have a wonderful weekend. We will see you in, 2 weeks? So not next Friday, the Friday after. And if you are going to be in Conroe, I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for joining me. If you're watching after the fact, thank you. Don't forget, thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done it already. And we'll see you guys later.